For weeks, fans have held their breath, praying and hoping alongside gospel icon Tamela Mann as she battled through her recovery. Heartfelt videos and inspiring updates flooded social media, painting a picture of steady healing and unshakable faith. But behind the scenes, something unsettling was unfolding, a truth no one was ready to face. Now, Dr. Jackie, Tamela's trusted medical advisor, is breaking her silence and revealing the shocking reality. Many of those recovery videos were not what they seemed. This isn't just about one woman's health journey anymore. It's a story about trust, transparency, and the price of faith in the age of social media. What really happened? Dr. Jackie is finally spilling all the truth, and it's far more complicated than anyone imagined. Who is Dr. Jackie, and why is her truth so shocking? Dr. Jackie has long been a respected figure in gospel circles, known for her genuine compassion and close working relationship with Tamela Mann and her family. For months, she was the reassuring voice behind health updates, offering hope and medical expertise to worried fans. But recently, Dr. Jackie has gone from being a quiet ally to a whistleblower, exposing what she calls a dangerous, irresponsible campaign of misinformation orchestrated by Tamela's management and PR teams. In a leaked email that quickly went viral in gospel industry group chats, Dr. Jackie stated bluntly, "I took an oath to heal, not to help you lie to a fan base while this woman fights for her life." This wasn't just a passionate plea. It was a public call-out against those profiting from false hope. Dr. Jackie alleges that while Tamela's body was shutting down behind the scenes, dealing with complications like nerve damage, respiratory distress, and multiple emergency surgeries, her social media channels were pushing pre-recorded content portraying rapid recovery. According to insiders, these videos were carefully filtered, edited, and scheduled to give fans a sense of progress that simply wasn't happening in real time. The rise and fall of a gospel icon's health journey. Tamela Mann's transformation over the past few years had become a gospel industry sensation. From her breakout role in Take Me to the King to becoming a fitness inspiration for church ladies nationwide, her journey from weight loss to spiritual renewal was marketed as a blueprint for holistic health and divine blessing. The narrative was powerful. With faith, discipline, and the right supplements, healing was possible. And Tamela was the living proof. She shed over 100 pounds. Yes, but what the public didn't see was the toll that transformation took on her body. Behind the scenes were chronic knee instability, back spasms, nerve damage, and severe respiratory complications that led to several emergency surgeries. The latest surgery, rumored to be spinal, left her unable to speak for days, confined to an ICU bed, and reliant on oxygen support. Despite this, her online presence never faltered. Her Instagram posted upbeat messages, stronger every day. Walking into new seasons, all while she was reportedly unconscious or barely conscious in hospital. The Faith and Fit empire, more than just a brand. The scandal only deepens when we examine who was behind this carefully controlled narrative. Enter the Faith and Fit Syndicate, a powerful coalition of lawyers, PR strategists, brand consultants, video editors, social media analysts, and even spiritual advisors who managed Tamela's image and wellness empire. This syndicate isn't just about selling smoothies or devotional journals. It's a multi-million-dollar machine that transformed Tamela from a gospel icon into a lifestyle mogul. Think Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, but steeped in gospel, with scripture and fitness plans blended seamlessly to create a gospel wellness brand. When news of Tamela's surgery broke, this team saw not a crisis, but an opportunity to double down on content. A whistleblower leaked a Slack conversation from the syndicate's internal chats. If Tala can't shoot fresh Cycle April clips, add slow music, use the one where she says, "I'm stronger now." That should hold fans until July. This means that even as Tamela lay in critical condition, her team was recycling footage and creating fake recovery content to meet quarterly engagement quotas, a contractual obligation that, shockingly, allowed management to overrule medical professionals on what counted as incapacitation. The ethical minefield: contracts, content quotas, and consent. Behind the warm smile and inspiring voice of gospel star Tamela Mann lies a complex and troubling story about control, consent, and the commodification of suffering. One of the most unsettling details to come to light involves a clause buried deep within Tamela's contract with her management syndicate. According to insiders, this clause legally binds her to maintain regular engagement with her fitness and wellness audience on a quarterly basis, unless she is deemed medically incapacitated. Sounds reasonable on the surface, right? But here's the catch. The decision about whether Tamela was incapacitated wasn't left to her doctors or medical team. Instead, it was handed over to a panel of brand managers and marketing executives employed by the syndicate. Imagine the crushing pressure that creates for someone in her position, knowing that even if she is seriously unwell, it's ultimately a business decision whether she must perform for the cameras and her followers. That pressure manifested in a flood of repurposed content, old interviews reshared as if fresh, voiceovers dubbed on videos that never featured her live, and, most shockingly, sermons and devotional clips generated using AI trained on her previous speeches. These clips gave the eerie impression that Tamela was actively engaged in her faith journey, speaking directly to fans about healing and hope, all while she was reportedly unconscious or heavily sedated. The breaking point: Dr. Jackie's public stand. The turning point in this unfolding drama came from an unlikely hero, Dr. Jackie, Tamela's trusted medical advisor and friend. Dr. Jackie had been silent for weeks, watching the manipulation of Tamela's image with increasing alarm. But her breaking point came during a nationally televised Gospel Awards tribute, when a new recovery video aired, showing Tamela thanking fans for their prayers and support. Here's the catch. That video wasn't new at all. It was a splice of an audio clip from a 2019 interview about her first surgery, cleverly edited into a new message. This Frankenstein creation wasn't just disrespectful to Tamela, it was actively misleading to the public. Fans, already emotionally invested in Tamela's healing journey, were being sold a false narrative. Many had bought supplements, workout plans, and devotional kits, all tied to her supposed miraculous recovery, revenue that surged during this period. Recognizing the severity of this deception, Dr. Jackie decided to break her silence, going public with her concerns about the ethical violations and the exploitation of a vulnerable patient. Her courage came with risks. She was promptly served with a cease and desist letter from Tamela's legal team, demanding she stop speaking out. But instead of retreating, Dr. Jackie doubled down, holding a live press conference through a third-party medical ethics coalition where she read the letter aloud and declared, "If telling the truth is defamatory, then y'all better sue my stethoscope too." The fallout: fans, faith, and the future of gospel wellness. The fallout from this scandal has sent shockwaves through the gospel community and beyond. Social media is ablaze with passionate debates and heartfelt pleas. Hashtags like "Let Tamela Rest," "Stop the Spin," and "Where is the Real Recovery" are trending as fans grapple with feelings of betrayal, confusion, and anger. For many, Tamela is more than a celebrity. She is a source of inspiration, faith, and hope. To learn that her healing journey may have been exploited to fuel a brand feels like a deep personal loss. Some fans cling to their faith, refusing to believe the worst, hoping that Tamela will someday reveal the truth herself and emerge stronger. Others have become disillusioned, questioning the authenticity not just of Tamela's story, but of faith-based wellness and gospel marketing as a whole. Meanwhile, the syndicate managing Tamela's brand has remained largely silent, their legal teams preparing for what is widely expected to be one of the most challenging PR crises in gospel entertainment history. The once celebrated narrative of triumph and divine healing now hangs in the balance, overshadowed by accusations of fraud, manipulation, and exploitation. A Zoom meeting that changed everything. To understand how things spiraled so far, it helps to look at the pivotal moment when the wheels started turning behind the scenes. Just days after Tamela Mann was admitted for her second major surgery, a time when her health was reportedly fragile and uncertain, an urgent Zoom meeting was convened with key figures from the management syndicate. Those who were on the call described the atmosphere as tense and highly strategic. The focus was clear: salvage Tamela's streaming ratings, protect her brand image, and keep the momentum going at all costs, even amid an unpredictable medical crisis. The centerpiece of that meeting was a meticulously prepared presentation titled The Healing Hustle. The name alone suggests a cold, calculated approach rather than a compassionate response to someone's suffering. This deck laid out a detailed, week-by-week plan for rolling out content that would maintain the illusion of steady recovery.
Despite clear warnings from Tamela's medical team that her condition was unstable and that her recovery was anything but predictable, the plan pushed forward. The presentation called for the use of specific sound bites, phrases like, "God's got me stronger than ever," and "He's still healing me," recycled from older interviews and edited into new clips to convince viewers of continuous improvement. The human cost. Behind the hustle. What makes this story so heartbreaking is not just the deception, it's the human cost behind it. At the center of this whirlwind is a woman fighting for her life, yet stripped of her agency and turned into a brand to be managed, marketed, and monetized. Her fans, many of whom saw her as a spiritual guide and sister in faith, were unknowingly fed a narrative built more on strategic messaging than on truth. And for Tamela herself, the question remains, where is she in all of this? Has she even been fully aware of what was being done in her name? As the gospel community wrestles with these questions, Dr. Jackie's brave decision to speak out shines as a beacon of hope. Her words remind us that faith and healing must never be used as currency in a game of exploitation, and that sometimes the greatest act of faith is standing up for truth, no matter the cost. A suffering woman. Reduced to a brand. Dr. Jackie, one of Tamela's trusted medical advisors, painted a heartbreaking picture of the artist's condition at the time. According to her, Tamela was barely conscious, her eyes hardly opening, far too weak to approve any marketing strategy or content plan. Yet, the healing hustle marched on, turning Tamela from a patient into a brand icon, manipulated for maximum engagement. But what pushed this exploitation from unsettling to downright sinister was a set of leaked invoices showing payments made during Tamela's most critical ICU days to a celebrity voice mimic studio. Yes, you heard that right. A company specializing in AI-generated audio that could recreate Tamela's voice. This revelation cast doubt on the authenticity of heartfelt messages supposedly recorded by Tamela herself. Were these messages real expressions of gratitude and faith? Or were they engineered by producers dragging and dropping old vocal samples stitched together to sound convincing? Fans quickly noticed discrepancies. Reddit sleuths and dedicated followers began dissecting the videos frame by frame. One viral post compared a recent morning update video to a 2021 livestream, revealing identical hand gestures, the same scarf, and even the mug on her nightstand untouched. It appeared that clips framed as current updates were actually shot years ago. This wasn't a minor slip-up. It was a deepfake deception designed to keep the illusion alive. The gospel industry's darker side. Meanwhile, as the charade continued to gain steam, gospel radio stations kept playing Tamale's music, and faith-centered brands kept promoting her signature workout gear and faith-fueled tea cleanses, products that, in a troubling twist, were not even FDA approved. The financial impact was staggering. The Faith and Fit Syndicate, the company managing Tamale's brand and recovery campaign, reportedly saw a 300% increase in sales during the height of the miracle recovery narrative. Limited edition merchandise like the Recovery Prayer Journal sold out in mere hours, and virtual fitness classes boomed, with long wait lists eager to join Recover with Tamale, Strength Through Struggle workshops that Tamale wasn't even hosting, because she was under sedation. Social media buzzed with filtered photos of Tamale in neck braces, captioned with messages like, "God is so good, y'all. We're walking out of this." Fans rejoiced, sharing these updates widely. However, medical insiders like Dr. Jackie were reportedly fighting an internal battle, pleading with the family and brand managers to pause public statements and marketing efforts until Tamale was medically stable. Their warnings went ignored. Ghostwriting and ghost videos. Adding another layer to the scandal, it was revealed that some of the glowing Lazarus posts were co-written by members of Tamale's own media team. They were effectively ghostwriting gospel gossip, shaping a spiritual comeback story around a woman who may have had no input or awareness. The term took on a new meaning. Her brand's content was being created in her absence, without her consent. This manipulation speaks to a larger industry issue: how gospel music and faith brands package and commodify suffering. Pain is turned into praise, struggle becomes a sales pitch, and faith is a funnel for money. Fans who once trusted Tamale now found themselves caught in a web of misleading narratives, raising uncomfortable questions about authenticity, ethics, and respect. Dr. Jackie, the whistleblower. Amid this growing storm, Dr. Jackie refused to stay silent. Sources say she threatened to resign from all future collaborations with Tamale's team,
citing ethical concerns. She reached out to medical ethics boards to investigate the tactics being employed, openly condemning the practice of worshiping healing while manipulating hope. For her, this wasn't ministry. It was public relations masquerading as faith. This was not the first time the gospel industry faced such controversy. Many still remember the Haliadrate scandal from the previous year, when another gospel artist's water brand was exposed for selling relabeled tap water with vitamin packets. The healing hustle was a recycled playbook, wrapped in scripture and marketing jargon. Fans were waking up and demanding transparency. Social media comments turned hostile, with followers posting videos highlighting inconsistencies, typos, and recycled quotes. Even Christian influencers called out the deception, demanding honesty from the industry. The silence of Tamela Mann. What's most haunting is that Tamale herself has remained largely absent from this narrative. She hasn't appeared live in over 5 weeks. Not one live video, interview, or social media interaction beyond highly edited clips suspected to be recycled or fabricated. Many wonder if she has any control over her own story, or if she's simply another victim of a ruthless brand machine. Dr. Jackie hinted during her live stream that sometimes the patient becomes the product, controlled by faceless people with no soul. This sentiment resonated deeply across the gospel community, where debates about faith, exploitation, and authenticity raged on. Even Tamale's husband, David Mann, has gone mysteriously silent. His last social media post, a blurry photo with the caption, "Keep us in prayer," offered little clarity and raised more questions than answers. The fallout and legal battles. The situation reached a boiling point when Dr. Jackie was served with a cease and desist letter from Tamale's legal team, demanding she stop all public commentary about Tamale's condition. But instead of backing down, Dr. Jackie held an emergency press conference and read the letter aloud, defiantly stating, "If telling the truth is defamatory, then y'all better see my stethoscope too." This act sparked a cascade of leaks. Internal contracts from the Faith and Fit syndicate surfaced, revealing influencer direction documents, AI content prompts, and a chilling plan for a redemption tour scheduled while Tamale was still in critical care. One internal slide outlined a ruthless strategy. Target audience emotionally invested. Leverage health as redemption arc. Maximize narrative before medical stabilization. This cold, calculated language sparked outrage, threatening to trigger multiple lawsuits. Across Texas, Georgia, and California, fan communities began organizing a multi-state class action lawsuit. They accused the Faith and Fit brand of fraud, claiming thousands of dollars were spent on devotional kits, coaching programs, and supposed medical recovery funds that may never have existed. Donation trackers appeared fake, and confirmation emails came from CRM platforms geared toward influencer marketing, not charity. Even members of Tamale's own publishing company came forward anonymously, admitting they were unaware the content was being released without her consent. The gospel community divided. The scandal has divided the gospel world like never before. Some artists and church leaders defend Tamale, arguing she is a victim of manipulation and calling for grace and prayer. Others, like fellow gospel stars Trinita Bell and Bishop Wade, have openly condemned the scandal, calling it fraud, and warning that deception in God's name will be met with spiritual consequences. A major gospel conference in Atlanta removed Tamale from its headliner list and released a statement emphasizing healing through honesty and transparency. Faith-based bookstores have pulled her devotional kits from shelves. Influencers are exposing inconsistencies and calling for accountability. The thin line between inspiration and exploitation. Tamela Mann's story has evolved far beyond the personal trials of a beloved gospel artist facing a serious health crisis. What we're witnessing is a profound and troubling example of how faith and suffering can be transformed into a commercial enterprise, where inspiration blurs dangerously into exploitation. This isn't just about marketing or PR spin, it's about the ethical lines crossed when genuine human struggle becomes a product to sell. Tamela, a woman known for her powerful voice and unwavering faith, found herself caught in the middle of a relentless machine that prioritized branding and revenue over her well-being and autonomy. At its heart, this scandal forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. How do we distinguish true healing from performance? When does faith become a commodity? And what happens when the stories that inspire us are carefully crafted narratives designed to keep us engaged, buying, believing, sometimes at the expense of truth?